Hello and welcome to Anatomy and Physiology. This class has two parts, A&P 1, which is Biology 200 that covers chapters 1 through 16, and A&P 2, which is Biology 201 that covers chapters 17 through 29. The only difference between the two classes is which chapters are covered. All the policies, the structure of the class are the same, and we do use the same textbook. So if you bought your book for Biology 200, you can keep that same book and use it again for Biology 201. I'm going to use the Biology 200 Canvas site to give you an overview of this class. It will be the same for Biology 201. The only difference is which chapters are covered. So we're going to start up here with course information. Click here. You can open the syllabus, and we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and show you the other items in this first module. There is a binder, so you need a textbook for this class, and you need a binder. You can purchase your binder from the bookstore. It costs $16. This is also links to a digital version of the binder. The reason this is here is your backup plan. If you spill your coffee on part of your binder and you want to replace those pages, or your dog chews it up and you need to replace some pages, or if some pages are missing. Last semester there were a few binders that had some pages missing and students were emailing me panicked about, what do? I don't have these pages. And I'm like, you have the digital version of the binder, just go use that. So you do need to purchase the binder from the bookstore, or if you have a printer that prints in color and you want to use your own paper and ink, you can print it out yourself. But you do need to have a printout of this binder. Okay, another thing that we have here is a link to my YouTube channel. You have lots of video assignments in this class, and the links to the videos are all posted in the modules. This is here again as a backup, as a plan B. Maybe you want to just go back and review some of the videos and not have it as part of your assignment. You have this here. So this is my YouTube channel. All of my videos are posted here as a backup for you. I also use Quizlet. It's a flashcard site. It's very useful. It has a lot of neat tools to help you learn the flashcards. You can put the Quizlet app on your phone. This link will take you to my Quizlet site. Now, throughout all of the modules, the individual Quizlet links for what you need to learn that week are posted in there. This, again, is kind of your backup. This link will take you to my entire Quizlet site with all of my flashcards. And if you install the app on your phone, to find my materials, you need to go to user search. So it's not set to user as by default. So go to the search, change the search to user, and my username is kbogs50. There's also some information from Trio in here. It's a program to help students be successful. It's a program you have to apply for and be accepted into. So if you are interested in that, this is a flyer, this is a little video that Trio made. You can check that out. Even if you're not a member of Trio, you can still get lots of help from the Learning Resource Center. We have academic success coaches that work there, and they are great at helping students with a variety of things. If you need tutoring, if you need study skills, time management, help planning out your calendar and your schedule, always turn to them anytime you need help. They're great. So let's go back now to the syllabus. So the first couple pages here are just kind of the legal things that the college makes all the teachers put in. We get down here, and this is the part that I wrote, which is the important information that's going to help you be successful in this class. So this is a hybrid class. It has both online and in-class components. Since coronavirus, all of the in-class parts are also available online, so that it is possible for you to complete the whole class without ever coming into the classroom. It's up to you what you want to do. For every assignment that we do in the classroom, there is also an online version. You choose if you want to come to the classroom and do it, or if you want to stay home and do the online version. And you can switch back and forth week to week. It's not like I'm asking you now to make a semester-long commitment. You can just see how each week is going and choose which you want to do. I even put some different scenarios in here to kind of give you an example of that. If you do come to class, you can do hands-on labs. You can ask me questions. If there's something you didn't quite understand in the videos, you can come to class and we can go over that. Sometimes we play review games in class. So those are the things to expect if you do come to class. Okay, then if we go to the modules in Canvas, I'm going to skip over chapter 1 because it's a pretty short introductory chapter, and I'm going to go to chapter 2 here and use it to show you how the course is set up. So for each chapter, there are 3 modules: a learn, a practice, and a test. The first thing to do in learning the material is read the chapter. So if we go to the binder, now remember you will have a physical printout of this binder. But notice you have reading notes. This follows along with the book. So you need to read the book and fill this out. Write in your answers based on what you have read in the book. So there's the chapter 2 reading assignment. So you read chapter 2, you fill in your answers based on what you have read in the book. It's important to use your textbook. Do not use the internet. The internet is full of crap. Anyone can put anything on the internet. All of my materials are based on your textbook. If you are pulling answers from the internet, you will get a lot of things wrong. Once you have completed this assignment, your reading assignment, then you come to Canvas and there's a quiz. You take the quiz. The quiz is over this stuff you just filled out in your binder. So have this page in your binder open and looking at it while you take the quiz. Next is the videos. So the videos for each chapter, I split them up so they wouldn't be so long. That was something, I used to have them as one long video, and students said that it would be easier if they were split up into smaller parts. So there's part A, part B, part C. You watch the video. As you're watching the video, you take notes. So in your binder here, you have video notes. This goes along. So the pictures that I use in the video, you have here in your binder. So you fill out your notes in your binder as you are watching the video online. Also, while you are watching the video online, quiz questions will pop up. So you'll be watching the video will pause, some questions will pop up, you answer those questions, and then the video resumes. You do get a grade for those questions you answer during the video. And in order for your grade to be recorded, you have to let the video play all the way to the end. It's a little quirk of the software. So if the video is, say, 15 minutes and 39 seconds, and you stop it at 15 minutes and 38 seconds, it won't give you your points. You'll look at the grade book and you'll have a 0 and you'll wonder why. You have to let the video play all the way to the end, and then the software will automatically put your points in the gradebook. This class is set up as mastery instead of calendar. So you might notice here there's no due dates on anything. And you might be wondering, why is there attempt 1, attempt 2, attempt 3? Each of the modules is locked. And in order to unlock the module, you have to get at least 70% on everything in the previous module. So this chapter 2, this Learn Chapter 2 module, you have to get at least a 70% on this quiz. You have unlimited attempts. You can retake the quiz as many times as you need to get at least 70%. And you don't have to stop at 70. You might set your own personal goal that you want to get a 100% on every assignment. And I've had students do that before, and that's wonderful. If you want to retake this quiz 10 times, that's fine. If you get a 100% your first time, that's great too. You have unlimited attempts. The way the video software is set up, it doesn't do that. So I had to come up with my own workaround. So my workaround is that I posted each video 3 times. That's why Chapter 2, Part A has attempt 1, attempt 2, and attempt 3. Most people can get at least 70% by their second attempt. The third one is here as a safety net. That doesn't mean, though, that you are limited to 3. If you've done all 3 attempts of that Chapter 2 Part A video and you still don't have a 70%, or maybe you do have over a 70, but you personally choose to have a higher score, maybe you have an 85 and you want a 95, all you have to do is email me and tell me that you've used your 3 attempts and you want to do it some more, and I can clear these out so that then you can redo attempts 1, 2, and 3. So you have 3 attempts already built in. You are welcome to have as many more as you want. If you want to watch that video 100 times, you can watch it 100 times. When you get to the end of attempt 3 and you want more, just send me an email and I will clear these out and you can do them again. Okay. With the videos, because it's a different software program that I use to do the videos, it doesn't force you to redo it until you get 70%. So my workaround for that is, here is a little quiz, and it has one question that is true or false. Did you get at least 70% on the Chapter 2 videos? If you answer true, then that counts toward unlocking the next module. So don't take this quiz until you've actually gotten a 70% on all of the videos. And now remember, you don't have to do all 3 attempts. Like, here's Chapter 2 Part B. Maybe you get a 98% on attempt 1. You don't have to do attempts 2 and 3. Just leave those blank. The other attempts are only there for if you need to do it again to get a higher score. Okay, so this, having you kind of self-certify that you got 70%, that's the honor system. I'm counting on you to be honest. You could lie and say you did, and then you could unlock the next module and move on. But eventually you'll get caught. I do look at the grade book. So if I see that you clicked yes on here, true on here, that you did get 70% on these, but really you didn't, I'm going to go back, I'm going to lock you out of the modules and make you go back and redo all that work. So if you do cheat on this, you would only get away with it temporarily. So please just be honest from the start. The reason that I'm letting you self-certify is so you don't have to wait for me. If it's maybe Saturday night and you're doing your work and you're ready to go on to the next module, you don't want to have to wait until Monday morning for me to check and make sure you got 70%. This allows you to control your own pace and your own schedule. Okay, then the next thing is the lab. So this is the part where if you come into class, you would do the lab in person in the classroom, and you wouldn't necessarily have to do the online version of it. If you are choosing to do this online, then you would open this and you would do your lab assignment. Again, it is set to have as many attempts as you want. So you can redo this lab assignment over and over as many times as you want. Your highest grade is the one that counts in your final grade. So maybe you do this lab the first time and you get 60%. Then you close it and you do it a second time and you get 90%. The 90% is the grade that counts. Then also for each chapter, there are some flashcards that go along. So this is what I said before with the Quizlet, and I definitely recommend putting the Quizlet app on your phone and linking into that KBOGS 50. It makes it really easy and convenient to study if you have that on your phone. And here's where you have the link to that week's flashcards you need to study. Okay, then if we go to the practice. So once you've done all these things on the learn and you've earned at least 70% on each item, then this next module will unlock and you can move on to practice your chapter. Okay, SoftChalk, that's an outside software that I use. It has fun little games and activities that you can review the material. And then the flashcards review, that's a test inside of Canvas here, where it'll show you a flashcard and you type in the answer. With the flashcards, it's very important that you type in your answer as it appears on the back of the flashcard in Quizlet. So this is over the Quizlet link that you're using. The computer cannot think. It doesn't know If you actually have the right idea, you just typed it a little differently. All it knows is if you typed what's on the back of the flashcard. And with this, you have to get a 100%. So notice it has 26 points. You have to score at least 26 points. So you have to redo it until you get all of the flashcards right. It's not difficult. You have the flashcards right there in Quizlet. Once you've completed this, then your Chapter 2 test module opens. This is where you'll take a test. Now, the tests are cumulative. Everything in this class builds. It's not like you learn one chapter and then you're okay to forget it and go move on and learn the next chapter. You have to know all of it. So the test will have 20 questions from the current chapter and 10 questions from old chapters. So every test, it starts out, it's chapters 1 through 2, and then 1 through 3, and 1 through 4. And in Biology 201, it starts with 17. So like when you're studying chapter 20, you'll take a test over chapters 17 through 20. And the test questions are randomly pulled from a question bank. Then you take a test over those flashcards. And it's the same idea. Every time you take a test over flashcards, it will have some of the flashcards from the current set that you just studied, and it will have some from old sets that you've studied in previous weeks. Then I also have bonus point activities in here. These are not required, they're optional, but if you do them, you get bonus points for doing them. And bonus points are added on to your final exam score. So here's the stuff in the syllabus about the modules. That's kind of what I just went over. Again, the progress based on mastery, that you have to get at least 70%, and for the flashcard reviews, at least 100% before you can unlock the next module and move on. Okay, and this is just the information about the videos, how it's a different software, and so I had to come up with this workaround. Why it has attempts 1, 2, and 3, but if you need more than 3, just send me an email. You can have as many attempts as you want, and how you have to, on that quiz, click true that you got 70% to unlock the next module. Okay, so this class is self-paced. You're going to learn at your own pace. It's up to you. You might notice there's no due dates. So because I can't do both requiring you to earn a minimum score and having a due date. So I decided it was better to base the class on mastery than base the class on the calendar. So here's kind of some benefits of that. You can look through this. You are in charge of your schedule, but it's kind of like how Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. So you have all this power. You can go on vacation if you want. If you're sick, you can take time off and it's all good. If you want to work some extra shifts, go for it. But with that power, you have great responsibility. You have to make sure you finish every module. So the semester ends at 4:30 p.m. on Friday, May 7th. You have to have everything completed by that date. And if you don't, you will fail. So even if you have a 100% on every assignment you did, but you didn't do every assignment, you will get an F. It is very important that you pace yourself to make sure you're going to complete everything by 4:30 p.m. on May 7th. And at 4:30 p.m. on May 7th, the Canvas site will shut down. And if you're in it working on something, you're going to be kicked out. And if you try to log in at 4:31, it's not going to work. You have to have everything done by 4:30 on Friday, May 7th. So make sure that you are doing that. This is your responsibility, that you have to be completing the work. You have the power to take time off if you want to or you need to, if you have these situations. You also have the responsibility to make sure that you finish everything by the end of the semester. Okay, another thing with your binder, so we already talked about how you have the quiz and then you take notes right in here. With the labs, there's lab information in your binder. If you come to class, you're going to use this in class as you do your lab. If you are doing the online version of the lab, you still have to follow along in your binder. The online versions of the labs are not standalone assignments. They are meant to go with what is in your binder. So sometimes students try to do the online version of the lab just on its own without opening their binder, and they get terrible grades and they're confused and they don't understand what's going on. And I tell them, you have to use your binder. So if you're doing the online version of the lab, make sure you have your binder out and you're going along. You still have to write the answers in the binder. You still have to read the instructions in the binder as you do the online version of the lab. Okay, you might want to have some extra paper too. Some people write big and they can't fit all the notes on the sheets that are provided in the binder, so have some extra paper on hand in case you need it. This is just some more information about the flashcards. Video conference, Canvas does have a video chat, so if you want to talk to me in person but you don't want to come on campus to do that, just send me an email and let me know and we can schedule a video chat in Canvas. Also, here's some troubleshooting things if you have any technical problems with the programs in the computer. Here's some helpful notes about Soft Chalk and Edpuzzle. This is some information about the bonus points, academic honesty, don't cheat. Rounding grades, I follow the basic rules of math that I learned back in grade school. 0.5 rounds up, anything less than 0.5 rounds down. Midterm attempting. At midterm, teachers have to fill out a roster saying if each student is attempting the class or not. Any students who are not attempting are automatically dropped from the class. And if you're on financial aid, that will have a negative impact on your financial aid. So as long as you are completing work every week, you will be marked as attempting. If you decide to go on vacation around midterm, which is in March, let me know. Because if I log in, I see, oh, you haven't done any work for 2 weeks, I'm going to assume you're not attempting and you'll be dropped from the class and it will have a negative impact on your financial aid. So send me an email if you are going to be away from class for any more than a week. Then here is my tips. These are just some study tips. I have been teaching since 1999, so over 20 years. There's also another section in your binder full of study tips. It's very useful information. Take a few minutes and read through it. It has the picture of Yoda at the front. Here's just some tips for Canvas and Quizlet using the technology. And then here's your course units. If you have any questions, just send me an email. Email is the best way to communicate with me. I have an office phone. I'm not in there very much, so if you call my office phone, chances are you'll get my voicemail. It might be a week until I check my voicemail. You are better off to send me an email. I check email several times a day, every day, except sometimes on the weekends I don't check it as much. You can send an email anytime. Sometimes students are afraid to send email in the middle of the night. A lot of you guys are night owls and you're up working at midnight or 2 in the morning or whatever. That's fine. If it's 2 in the morning and you have a question, send an email. It's not going to bother me. I don't have it on my phone where it dings every time a student sends me an email. I probably won't answer you at 2 in the morning, but when I get up and get to work later that morning, I'll see your email and I'll answer you. There's also no limit on how many questions you can ask. A lot of times students start off emails by saying, sorry to bother you. Don't do that. You don't have to be sorry to bother me. That's my job. I'm here to help you, to answer your questions. So email me anytime you want, anytime you have a question. Don't apologize for it. You're not bothering me. I want to know what your questions are, what issues you're having so that I can help you. I want you to learn this material. I want you to enjoy this class. So that is it for this video. If you have any more questions, just let me know, and I'm looking forward to a great semester together.